All right, let's see if this is working. See if this is working. Hold on 1 second. Checking the phone. Oh man, this is saying I'm not live. Come on, baby. There we go. All right. As usual, let me just. All right, let's test some stuff. The applause. And my favorite, gunshots. Testing, testing. All right, cool. Now that everything is on point, copy link and let's share. All right. He charged the phone. Come check out the channel. We live. Making moves. Give me a second. All right. Got that going. Oh, what just happened? Yikes. Sorry, Facebook. Give me a minute. I'm gonna get to regularly scheduled program in a second. What was that? Anyways, um, da da da. go. All right, all right. One more thing. All right, I gotta send this to a friend. See how it is, so they can see if my channel's doing good or not. Cause I got no idea. Mm-mm-mm. Come on, almost there. All right, all right, all right, all right. Oh man, my phone needs to be charged. Give me a minute. I'll be with you guys in a minute. All right, I'm back. I'm back. Okay, cool. Let's get this started. Let's get this started. All right. All right. So we got another day. Another day. Okay. So things are good. We got the camera. We're good. We're good. If you're here, thank you for liking, subscribing to the channel. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. All right. Now let's get this going. Let's get this going. Ooh wee. So what we gonna talk about first? We're gonna talk about first. I think we should start off talking about Don Lemon. All right. And then I got a few topics and stuff that I want to talk about. But I'm thinking like maybe I should I'm just gonna if I have time I'm gonna do it. Let's see, it's like 12:13. So I'd have to stop at one exact because I got another channel I really want to go into. So today it's gonna be as quick as possible. But as close as to the 1 hour mark, I guess. I don't know. But yeah. When did I start? How long has this been since I started? Give me a second. Let me check. It's been okay, so yeah, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Alright, so for today we are going to talk about Don Lemon. Alright? Don Lemon. Alright, so if you don't know who he is, man, this guy's been doing a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. But let's check it out. Let's check it out. Let's pause audio over here and then let's get it going. Hold on, let me blow up the screen for you. Bam, there we go. There we go. Nice, nice. All right, so screen is blown. All right. Let's see what Don Lemon's been up to. What has he been up to? All right, so this says DOJ investigation anti-ICE protests at Minnesota church. Now, you guys gotta understand the context of what's going on right now. So, people who decide they want to do anti-ICE protests decide that they want to go into churches to protest. Now, the reasons are gonna be known on this news footage right here, but at the end of the day, it's sad because you have these people who are trying to, I guess, do their worship Sundays or something like that. They're minding their business. They're in congregation of what they believe. And out of nowhere, they get interrupted. Out of nowhere, they get interrupted by Don Lemon and the group of protesters that he had with him. Now, here's the thing. Mobs are not supposed to be entering hospitals, churches, or I think it's places where people are doing peaceful, or even schools. I don't think they're not supposed to enter buildings like these places because I don't even think they're supposed to enter businesses because technically that's a property, right? That's a business property. They can do peaceful protests in streets and in places where it's public use, right? However, when it's private, it's different because of legalities, right? Legal reasons, and Don Lemon decided to take upon himself, bam, to have protests. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. All right. Let's see what happens. First, let's turn this off. Bam. And then, and this is coming from you. I mean, this is coming to you from Fox News.
At a church in Minnesota over the weekend.
But the state's attorney general claims the demonstrators and journalist Don Lemon, who was with them, did not break the federal law the DOJ is accusing them of. Doug Lazater joins us live from Washington with all the details. Hi, Doug.
Carly and Todd, good morning. This was an extraordinary escalation of the protests in Minnesota, the storming of a church. Now, here's how this played out. As former CNN host Don Lemon joined with protesters who believed one of the pastors at a church in St. Paul had connections to ICE.
We're here to worship. We're here to worship Jesus because that's the hope of these cities. That's the hope of the world is Jesus Christ.
I want to be very respectful. Please don't push me, though.
We're here. We're here.
Okay. First of all, he's talking to this pastor guy, right? I don't know what his position is, but he's talking to him. Now, this guy is awfully nice, because if I had a place like that, like, no, you're not allowed. I call the police immediately, have you removed, because they are trespassing on public property. They are trespassing on public property. Now, you know what? Let me give him an applause for holding back. Because, golly, you in my face with a microphone on public property? Oh, no, you gotta be removed quickly. You know, people have a right to protest for whatever reason they want, but coming inside his property, their congregation, and just putting a microphone right to his face, like, talk to me. Oh, that's messed up. But you know what's gonna happen soon? Pretty soon these guys may be getting better security, because if something like this can just happen right off the bat, you gotta have better security. This makes no sense, because this is just proving that anybody can come in, right? And here's the messed up part. In Minneapolis, I think either, I don't know if it's within a couple months or within several months or within this month, but they actually had a Catholic location that was, that was invaded. So, hold on, let me just play.
To worship Jesus. Yes. That's why we're here. Yeah. Okay, that's why we're here. Okay. That's what we're about.
Don't you think Jesus would be understanding
we're about
and love these folks?
We're about spreading the love of Jesus.
But did you try to talk to them as a Christian?
No one is willing to talk.
Minnesota's Attorney General says protesters who stormed that church did not violate what's called the Federal FACE Act, but the Justice Department may not see it that way.
What you saw there was anti-Christian, anti-law enforcement rioters storming.
And again, you know what? I'm going back. When he was like, we're here to worship Jesus, and Don Lemon said, like, he's a Christian too. Like, this, I don't know, there's a disconnect. There is a disconnect, because his views, what he believes in, what he does, that's not contrary to the Bible. That's not contrary to the Bible and what they believe and what they're following. These people are doing their thing in their location, right? If Don wanted to hold a protest, I'm pretty sure there's locations where they do their own type of worship, and maybe there's people who will accept them to come in through invitation, right? He should have sent an invitation like, hey, listen, can we come in? Can we protest? Can we do this and that? And just do a peaceful, like, gathering inside your church? He could have just done something like that, right? But obviously, they just bombarded themselves inside the church and just wanted to just protest at any time they wanted, Yeah, that's messed up, man. That's messed up.
A church in this country, and that's a violation of law, and we are absolutely investigating. Our civil rights unit has already sent experts out to Minneapolis today. The civil rights unit, the U.S. Attorney's Office, the FBI, DHS is investigating this, because what you saw the fear in the eyes of the members of that church.
And you know what else? I'm pretty sure if it was a mosque, they would not be entering. They would not be entering because they don't play. They would remove them immediately. Immediately. This only happens in places where people are holding their own church, and because they're not respected. That's why Don Lemon was able to just go in and do whatever he wants. It's a private property. I don't know. Those pastors should be seeking. Listen. They should be beefing up their security, because if random strangers could just come in and push into that church like that, I mean, granted it was a lot of them, but still, there should be ways to hold back people that's just gonna come in to just disrupt and create their own type of situations where it's not what the people who are at the church wants to partake in.
Now, Lemon, meantime, defended his actions, saying this in a statement: "It's notable that I've been cast as the face of a protest I was covering as a journalist, especially since I wasn't the only reporter there. That framing is telling. I stand by my reporting." Lemon has said that racism is a part of the ongoing immigration enforcement efforts. He has also said that some of his critics have a sense of entitlement based on white supremacy. Todd and Carla.
Yeah, the double down did not end there. Doug, thank you. For more on the double down from Don Lemon, let's bring in Tony Perkins, president of the Family Research Council, a former pastor and police officer. You got quite a resume there, Tony. Lemon doubling down in an interview, Doug alluded to this, following that church raid, saying, "This is not the type of Christianity I practice," and accusing that particular church of white supremacy. Your response, Tony?
Well, it's very telling. What we're seeing here is a very clear violation of the FACE Act, a law going back to Bill Clinton in the 1990s that was designed to protect abortion clinics, but Orrin Hatch put a provision in there to protect churches. They violated it. But we have to understand there's something bigger here. This is the hostility toward religion in this country has been latent for some time. Now it has become blatant, this hatred toward God. And going back to something that House Speaker Mike Johnson said before the Parliament just about an hour ago, that what is taught in the classroom in one generation will become the ruling philosophy of the next generation in government. And that's what we see. This is what has been taught, this anti-Christian, anti-Western values to lead to a place where someone who claims to be a journalist charging into a church, interrupting a Sunday morning worship service. Like, this is something that we cannot tolerate in our country. Protest, yeah, fine. You can go on the street, stand out on the street. But when you're breaking into a church service, interrupting a worship service, we've crossed a new red line.
Yeah, you mentioned the speaker's speech just moments ago. He issued the phrase, "Freedom will destroy itself if it has no purpose." That is a reflection on a historical speech made by a historical figure. I'm just blanking on it. I believe that was Margaret Thatcher. But he also emphasized the importance of moral and religious foundational support. You need that support to prop up that freedom. And Tony, you also invoked the FACE Act. I want to let the audience know exactly what it says. Quote, "Makes it a crime for someone who by threat of force or by physical obstruction intentionally injures, intimidates, or interferes with any person lawfully exercising or seeking to exercise the First Amendment right of religious freedom at a place of religious worship." As you refer to the Orrin Hatch amendment to that law, Assistant Attorney General Harmeet Dillon responding to Don Lemon, posting the following: "A house of worship is not a public forum for your protest. It is a space protected from exactly such acts by federal, criminal, and civil laws. Nor does the First Amendment protect your pseudo-journalism of disrupting a prayer service. You are on notice." Do you think that everyone involved in this church invasion, Tony, needs to be prosecuted as a way to deter future incidents like this?
I do think that the those who violated the law need to be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. Now, you saw Pastor Parnell having this conversation with Don Lemon, very gracious in his conversation, but very clear. This is a worship service. We're worshiping the Lord Jesus Christ. You're welcome to come in and be a part of that worship service, but you're not free to disrupt it.
Man. Yeah, I agree with him. Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, you're going into a public, you're going to a private, right? A church is a private place, right? Because most churches are 501c3s, and they're considered a business and also private area, right? So him going into the church and protesting, that's messed up. That's messed up. That's not right. That's not right. That is not right. That's not right. Regardless if you believe in what they believe in or not, that's not right. That should be a private area. Like, people have a right to protest. They have a right to worship their God. And what those protesters did was remove their right of worship in their own private property where they have a right to worship. And this is the part where he's saying they should definitely be prosecuted, because at the end of the day, they violated a law, right? So,
and to intimidate us in what we're doing. And so I think the law needs to be enforced. As a police officer back in the 90s, when they were using this against pro-lifers, I've long advocated that those who don't like the law, if you want to make it go away, apply it to the left. And I think this is the opportunity to do that, to ensure that religious freedom in this country is fully protected, and this is one way to do it.
Same church, different pew, no pun intended to that last answer you just gave and your original answer. But why do you think these so-called...
all right. We're going to move on to something else. But man, those protesters definitely invade that area. Wow. That's sad. All right, man, that's sad. Like, they couldn't even do anything. They couldn't even worship. They couldn't even finish their service because of that, right? Again, some might have different opinion how they feel about these churches, whatever, but a person should have rights to their own private property to be able to do what they need to do according to whatever that property is there for, right? As long as America allows it and it's of the law, then hey, let them do what they need to do. But man, and again, the only reason why they went there is because obviously they know that churches, Christian churches, the security is lacking, I guess. These are soft places, right? So they just went in, did what they needed to, right? Yeah, so I'm glad Fox covered this, because man, that was bad. That was messed up. Alright, like, subscribe, leave Whiskey Piolo's channel. Like, subscribe. Hold on 1 minute. Try and get something else for you guys. Hold up. Let's go to the next one. All All right, another one, another one. We're back with another one. All right, so yeah, let me give myself an applause. Whew. Whew. Guys, it's not easy being able to do these videos, trying to be charismatic and all that. As I'm looking at myself on the screen, I'm moving perfectly. When I look at myself on the actual like video, because I'm watching myself to see how I look, I'm freezing. I'm freezing. So I am glad. I'm glad that I'm able to be here and bring some stuff to you guys, because at the end of the day, man, some of these things are important. And also this is a channel where I'm watching it, I'm viewing it just like you, and just bringing it to you guys. All right. So we got another one. Also, all the links are in the description, so check it out. All the links are in the description. Let me bring this mic closer to me so y'all can hear my voice. Yeah, baby. All right. So what time is it? All right. That's some good time. All right. So let's go to the next one, guys. Let's go to the next one. Bam. There we go. All right. So what is this about? All right. So apparently, immigration enforcement search without warrant, right? Apparently there's leak ICE memo expanding power to enter homes. Oof, that's gonna be tough for a lot of people. Hopefully you guys are getting your lawyers. Hopefully you guys are doing your thing, get your papers, so you can be right and proper, because man, these guys are not playing. Woo! These guys are not playing. They are not playing. Let's go. Let me remove this. Bam. There we go. Move the voice. Turn on the voice. There we go.
Including the authority to forcibly enter homes without a warrant signed by a judge. Legal experts warn that policy could amount to a violation of constitutional protections against unreasonable searches. KTLA's Omar Lewis in Hollywood with more on this. Omar, good morning.
Good morning, Frank. Yeah, the ICE memo surfacing through a whistleblower disclosure delivered directly to U.S. senators, and it's now raising questions about violations to the U.S. Constitution and whether immigration officers can forcibly enter someone's home without a warrant signed by a judge. Meanwhile, this morning, DHS is defending the use of these administrative warrants during immigration enforcement. We can take you to the video this morning and tell you more about this ICE memo internally that is obtained by the Associated Press, marking a major shift in guidance on home arrests. It instructs officers that an administrative warrant, specifically a final order of removal, can be enough to enter a private residence using force if necessary, even without a warrant signed by a judge. This directive, reportedly dated May 12, 2025, and attributed to acting ICE Director Todd Lyons, reverses years of guidance limiting the authority of officers based on constitutional guarantees against government overreach. It's now drawing criticism from legal advocates and a defense from DHS. While DHS says people served with these administrative warrants have already had due process and a final order of removal, civil liberties advocates are warning it collides with long-standing Fourth Amendment protections.
There's a clear distinction between a private and public setting. In public, you can be arrested with just an administrative warrant signed by an ICE official or supervisor. But in your home or any other private setting, the Fourth Amendment requires more. It requires a warrant signed by a neutral and detached judge that has nothing to do with DHS. If DHS implements this new procedure, what will happen is those arrests will be challenged as an unlawful search and seizure under the Fourth Amendment.
In a recent Minneapolis raid where agents used force to enter a home with only an administrative warrant, a federal judge in Minnesota ordered the release of the man arrested in that raid.
And that's another reason. Oh, who's here? Hold on one second. Oh, dang it, I can't move it. I'm gonna have to look at the protest of the Hi, son. Oh, my dad is here. Oh, what's up, Dad? All right. So, guys, if you can, make sure you get yourself a lawyer. Make sure your papers are in order. This should be like a fire to light under you guys to just basically get your stuff in order, because at the end of the day, you gotta get all your things in order, right? Man, it's tough times.
Saying agents violated his Fourth Amendment rights. The memo itself has not been widely shared within the agency, according to that whistleblower complaint, but its contents have been used to train new ICE officers who are being deployed into cities and towns to implement the Trump administration's immigration crackdown. And back out here live, DHS is defending the use of these administrative warrants, saying they are legal. Again, that whistleblower group who brought this memo forward, they're now asking lawmakers to investigate its contents. That is the latest for now here at Live from Hollywood this morning. I'm Omar Lewis. We'll send it back to you in the studio.
The official.
Too early. All right, let's segue back to me real quick. Bam. All right. So, man, things are ramping up, right? Things are ramping up. But, guys, get yourself in order. There's a lot of things happening. But some of these things that the news is bringing, it's a little bit, it's a little bit pushing it. One thing I don't like is repeat videos of the same thing. But anyways, yeah, so get yourself in order. All right. Cool. So that's what I want to bring you guys. There's updates on the whole ICE situation and what's going on. Apparently a whistleblower, like they said, saw a bill come up, and who else is this? Green Energy Gem. Oh, what's up, homie? What up? All right, my guys here. I got two of my favorite people here. Yeah, boy. All right. So, yeah, guys, get yourself in order. Start getting things prepped. And, I mean, what's messed up is some people's been here forever, and they just not doing it, man. Like, I'm just glad to have had a good father, and there's good people around me to make sure my things are in order. So, man, one of the things that I'm glad I did was like just being able to serve the America, as far as like joining the army and all that. Man, made me appreciate here a lot better, because there's a lot of things that people don't realize that America offers, and you want to be here to partake in these things. So do your due diligence, get yourself in order. All right, cool. Like, subscribe, Levi Whiskey Pierre Lewis channel. I got a channel. Let's go. All right, so let's go to the next one real quick. Next one. Oh, you know what? Let me give myself an applause again. I love this applause. It is right here. It's this one. All right. So what's happening is this, right? In the beginning, when I started doing this, I was so energized. I was very energized. You know what I mean? I was talking, I was getting my facts, and I was good, ready to go. right? Now that I'm coming back to the channel and trying to give you guys some good info, some good stuff, oh man, I'm lacking in the energy that I want, and most of the time it's because things are not properly set up. So therefore, you know, I'm not as energized, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. All right. So next one we're gonna be talking about Trump and Greenland. Trump and Greenland. Ooh wee. He said, I want it. I want it. He said, I want it. It's mine. I want it. Is he gonna get it? Who knows? Who knows? But one thing is, oh man, give me a second. Bam! There we go. Hey, it looks like we got some people joining in. Hey guys, I appreciate you. All right, cool. If you're just joining in, you missed it. I was just talking about some stuff. But man, let's get it going. All right. New video. Let's go. All right, cool. So, whoa. This whole week has been a struggle, right? Trump said he wants Greenland, and he went, man, he said, listen, if I don't have it, I'm going to be really sad. It's not going to be good. So he issued some tariffs. Now, those tariffs have been, you know, well, he threatened some tariffs. Now, those threats are out, right? He went to his thing. He was talking about peace and all that. So I guess the people of Denmark, right? In case you don't know, Denmark is I don't know if they're in charge or they're the ones that run it, or if, you know, but anyways, Denmark is considered a what's that thing called? Okay, so everybody wants Greenland because of strategic military might, right? If you are in Greenland, literally you have access to any point if you were to do anything, right? Although we want peace. And because of that, I think it was like the United Nations or something like that, allowed Denmark to hold Greenland, and Greenland is, man. Anyways, just watch. Hold on one second. Let me get it ready. Let's get it ready. Bam. Here we go.
Housing policy, but it turned into a long rebuttal to other world leaders. He told Canada the country, quote, lives because of us. Told the crowd, quote, you'd all be speaking German if not.
Let me read the headline anyways. Trump backs off. Trump backs off threats. Trump backs off tariff threats. Rules out military force over Greenland. All right, so that's what's happening currently. He backed off threats. Although he did give Greenland some good incentives if they did want to join him, right? As far as the U.S. goes, but currently they're not really interested. Who knows what may happen? Who knows, right?
For America, and he mocked Emmanuel Macron of France for wearing sunglasses indoors. And yet, late today, the president announced what he said was a breakthrough on U.S. control of Greenland. So let's get right to senior White House correspondent Ed O'Keefe, who is traveling with the president. Ed, what a day. Good evening to you.
That's one way to put it, Tony. The president's decision to talk more with NATO about the future of Greenland came as he backed off threats of using military force or new tariffs to get what he wants. But his fresh attacks on Europe angered close allies. As the president helicoptered into this swanky Swiss ski town, cameras caught a message for him stamped in the snow. Trump, go home. He acknowledged the tough crowd attending his speech.
So many friends, few enemies.
And made clear he wanted to acquire Greenland, but without using the military.
I don't have to use force. I don't want to use force. I won't use force.
That was a relief for Danish officials who control.
Wow, that's a beautiful town. That is a beautiful town. What in the world is this? Okay. That is a beautiful town. Look at all those colorful houses. Nice. That's a lot of snow. That's a lot of snow.
The island and who had beefed up the security presence on Greenland in recent days. Trump's Arctic focus is widely opposed by Americans, including some here in Davos, like potential future presidential candidate, Kentucky Democratic Governor Andy Beshear.
This is pretty damn stupid. Now you look at what it means going after territory from another member of NATO. That is crossing a red line. And the American people, we don't think about Greenland for 5 minutes each day.
North Carolina Republican Senator Tom Tillis agrees.
This is drama or a false crisis.
He thinks Trump should use existing agreements with Greenland and NATO to bolster America's military presence on the island.
There's a way to achieve what the president rightfully points out we need to achieve in the Arctic without any of this drama, without any of this discord, and without any of the threat to the long-term stability and reliability of the NATO alliance.
And while Trump now says he has an agreement to sort out a Greenland plan with NATO and European leaders, his speech notably attacked them.
We want strong allies, not seriously weakened ones.
Especially NATO.
I mean, we've helped them for so many years. We've never gotten anything, except we pay for NATO.
But NATO did rally around the U.S. after 9/11, and soldiers from 25 NATO countries.
All right, I want to go back real quick. There's something that was said, right? Work with Greenland to increase military means and to, push back anything that would cause harm to America. That is actually a good idea. I mean, if Greenland allows it, now put your military there and then just work with them, right? But Trump wants it. So who knows what can happen.
Fought and died alongside American forces in Afghanistan during the 2-decade conflict. After weeks of threats and confusion over Greenland, a top European Union official says ending trade with the U.S. is now on the table.
And the European Union has the power and the tools to do so.
Ed, we know the president has dropped his tariff threat. The market's like that. But the Europeans had threatened to retaliate. Are they backing down too?
No, not yet. Several top European leaders tonight still expressing skepticism that the president's really going to back off those new tariffs. One German official quoted as saying, "We cannot sit back, relax, and be satisfied." So they're talking about using what they call a bazooka tariff, up to $100 billion in new tariffs against goods and services sold into the United States. All of that would mean higher prices for American customers. Tony?
All right, Ed, thank you very much. Let's bring in Face the Nation moderator and Chief Foreign Affairs correspondent Margaret Brennan. Margaret, great to have you here. I know you've been working your sources this afternoon into the evening. What are you hearing about this, quote, concept of a deal the president mentioned for Greenland?
Well, Tony, there is no diplomatic deal for U.S. ownership or control of Greenland. That is still a red line for both Denmark and Greenland. But today, a breakthrough was reached in terms of President Trump signaling that he's willing to consider a middle ground proposal from NATO.
All right. That's all I wanted to get out of that. All right, that's all I wanted to get out of that. If you want to see the full video, look on the link in the description to watch the full video. This was breaking news, so I just wanted to bring it to you guys. I guess Trump backed off on the tariffs about Greenland, so it is what it is. At the end of the day, who knows what may happen, but listen, this guy's bringing headlines, man. I'm trying to catch it. You feel me? Right? I'm hoping, at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, the people of Greenland is the one who needs to have a sense of security and understanding of who's going to be with them, so they may have peace. So hopefully they're able to achieve that and get that. And if it just so happened that because Trump, they did give them a nice offer. So who knows what they decide to do from there. But apparently a lot of the NATO nations was like, no, we don't want it to happen. So who knows? Who knows? All right. Like, subscribe again, right? Whiskey Piolo's channel, bring you guys some stuff. All right. Wow, that was amazing. That was amazing. Breaking news. Breaking news. Wow. All right, let's go to the next one. Next one. All right, what time is it? I'm trying to hit one. Give me a second. Almost there. Almost there. All right. Oh, hold up. All right. Let's see. All right. My guy says, I think I'll be going without European cars and medicine. Right? This is from Green Energy Gems, right? I think I will be going. Oh, sorry. I think I will be okay without European cars and medicine. We make. Yo, I make Corvettes and Cadillacs. Damn. Alright, bro. Alright. I see you. The reason why he's saying that is because I think the new Corvettes are a little bit faster than most of those European supercars. They've upgraded them. They've made them like, whew, and the price is still manageable. So if you got money, you can still grab it. Put in your collection, whatever. But man, and the Cadillacs, whew, the new technology in them, the look, oh man, and the speed, wow. All right, cool. Let's go to the next one. All right, so we talked about the ICE memo to expand power to enter houses. We talked about Trump backing off tariffs. Rules out military force over Greenland. And all right, well, let's talk about some good stuff, right? All right, give me a second to set up the next one. Come on, baby. It's loading up. Oh, that's interesting. Hold on 1 second. It looks like I think the reporter has fake lashes on. It looks like it. Right? I paused it at the right time. Yo, I paused that. Oh, man. Applause for me. Hold on. Yeah, so we back. I'm about to show you another one. All right. So, yeah, I'm looking at so I loaded up the new video that I'm about to, review, right? Whatever it is, right? I'm going to look at it and give you some words about what's happening or something like that. Who knows? I'm just a YouTuber. But anyways, oh man. So I'm looking at the video right now. All right, let me blow it up. I forgot to blow it up. And I think, yeah, she does. I think she does. I think she has eyeliner, right? No, not eyeliner. We call it those extension for. Dang it! I just had it. Hold on 1 second. What do you call those? Damn it. Give me a second. I gotta hit up somebody. All right. Anyways, I'm gonna show you. I'll just show you. All right. Before I do, like, subscribe. Appreciate you. All right. So. I don't know. Eyelashes. That's the word. Yep, eyelashes. Fake eyelashes. Thank you. Yeah, those look like fake eyelashes. I don't know about you. I'm gonna show you, and then you let me know. All right? Let me know. Maybe I don't. Hold up. Let me get to it. Bam. Right here. I think those are fake eyelashes. I think they are. I don't know, but they look like it. There's no way your lash is gonna be that long. There's no way, right? I mean, nah, those are fake lashes. Yeah, those are definitely fake lashes. Oh man. Anyways, let me get back to what I was talking about. All right, cool. So Trump went on a meeting, and as he was meeting very prestigious leaders and stuff like that, right? Well, let's just watch and see what happened. Give me a minute. Man, those are fake lashes. I know they are. Hey, leave a comment if you think it is.
A really busy couple of days in Europe. Those moves include setting the framework for a future deal on Greenland, strengthening energy and defense cooperation, and of course reinforcing the shared responsibility for global security. The Secretary General of NATO also agreed with President Trump that Greenland's strategic position in the Arctic was a priority that must be protected from threats posed by Russia and China. We're going to have more on the latest breakthroughs with world leaders in a moment. First, though, overnight, President Trump delivered remarks at the first ever Board of Peace meeting, bringing together dozens of world leaders. Mark Boyle standing by at the live desk with the latest on this. Good morning to you, Mark. This has been a really big priority of Trump's since he brokered that ceasefire deal in the Middle East.
He has been working the past 48 hours to get deals closed, and he's been very successful at it. As we wake up this morning, the president and the Board of Peace making their first public appearance. Some video and live images coming in here behind me this morning. The president just wrapping up his speech a short time ago. They'll be tasked with overseeing the ceasefire plan in Gaza moving forward. Now, these are some of the nations that have already accepted the invitation to the Board of Peace. In total, about 30 nations, including Argentina, Jordan, Pakistan, Saudi Arabia.
And he's got Argentina, Jordan, Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates. Damn, those are some big nations, man. Ooh, especially United Arab Emirates. Man, them guys got money. Ooh-wee.
To name a few here.
We have one of the most important meetings of all, the official formation of what is known as the Board of Peace. I want to thank the Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, and Jared Kushner, and their extraordinary work. I mean, they've done an amazing job. We have peace in the Middle East. Nobody thought that was possible. We've settled 8 wars, and I believe another one's coming pretty soon.
The president defending some of his choices to the group because some critics have already been calling them too autocratic. Trump said while some leaders are seen as controversial, he says they know how to get the job done and they have a ton of influence in their areas. The president hinting the group will be becoming more involved in other global affairs as well. One of the next ones, of course, would likely be the war in Ukraine. Today, the president is set to meet with Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky. That's a last-minute decision. That meeting was not on the schedule until late. Following that meeting, the president is holding conversations with Russian leader Vladimir Putin as well. U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner will be in those conversations with Putin as they try to find a solution to end the war that's been going on now for nearly 4 years. Updates to all these stories as they break right here at the Live Desk.
Oh, dang it.
This is Greenland. It's the largest.
All right. Hold on one second. All right. So back to me. Awesome. In case you guys don't know, I have 2 screens in front of me. On top of that, I have my laptop, my monitor. Inside my monitor that holds all the information from my OBS. It's got 2 screens. So sometimes I have a delay on one, so I have to be like, okay, am I on or am I not? All right. So, you know what? Let's give an applause for that. President's trying to promote peace is good. It's good. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, at least he's making an effort. One thing that Trump is definitely bugged about is the whole Ukraine and Russian thing. He wants that war to end quick. Excuse me. Yeah, he wants that to end quick. And he's been trying, but it's been hard. So, did I make that time span? I'm trying to do one. I'm trying to do like 1 hour over here, and it's. Yep, I hit it. I hit that 1 hour. All right, time to go to my other channel. All right, but let's conclude this. So, Trump is. I think he's back by now. And he did his tour. He went and talked to the people. NATO told him, like, yo, listen, we don't mind you wanting to be in Greenland, but for other reasons other than taking over. So join them, work with them, and I guess they want. I think the thing is they want NATO to continue to be neutral, right? Greenland has been a neutral locations. And one of the other reasons, like I showed you yesterday, that place has to be neutral is because a lot of cables goes through that area, and it's a strategic place that if any data cables is cut, man, it's gonna be devastating for some countries. But yeah, so like, subscribe, appreciate you, right? And I am out. Appreciate you guys. All right. So, anything else I can talk about? I think I'm just going to end it there. I got to go to my other channel. But yeah, so man, another day complete. Let's go.